Hi, my name is Nate Jones. I run this channel. I make videos on entrepreneurship, how to start businesses, and which businesses you should start and which ones you shouldn't. And today I'm talking about a business that you should really think about starting because there's a massive opportunity in virtual assistant because it's so hard to find employees nowadays. And a lot of companies are small and they cannot afford to bring somebody on full time and pay them benefits and pay them a full-time salary. So they're looking for virtual assistants to essentially do their grunt work. So how do virtual assistants work? Well, they are what they sound like. They're virtual assistants. They're basically your secretary in which you give them work that you probably don't want to do that takes a lot of your time, so it can give you back time to grow your business. They're usually not domestic. They're usually, I've seen a lot of them based in India or the Philippines, but they do know English. There might be a little bit of a dialect, but for the most part, they're very good at speaking English and they know how to get things done on a computer. So, again, they're here to help you focus on your business, and so many people are looking for them because they cannot afford to have a full-time employee. So let's go through this. VA companies, what do VA companies do? Well, they connect you with a VA, and essentially they understand your business and they help communicate that with the VA and make sure that it's a right fit before that VA starts working for you. Set expectations. What are you looking for? What's your business like? Let's make sure you're paired with the correct VA so there's not any disagreements and the VA has expectations of what they're going to do for you. So how can you make money off this business? Where is the opportunity? Well, what I'm going to explain here is kind of like wholesaling VA, okay? So basically what you're going to do is you're going to partner with a VA company offshore. Let's just use India as an example. There's VA companies in India that work directly with companies in the US, but sometimes they're hard to find because they're based in India and they may not be as trustworthy as working with a direct American business. So what you can do is you can come in as essentially a middleman to help communicate and work with local businesses in your area to provide them a virtual assistant. So what you're going to do is you're going to determine and negotiate the fixed monthly cost to hire one of their VAs. And you can probably negotiate a lower rate than what they're paying for other people because you're kind of bringing people to them. They don't have to go through the sales process. They don't have to interview these businesses because that's what you're doing. You're basically an agent, kind of like an insurance agent or any sort of wholesaler where you're kind of outsourcing your sales so they don't have to mark it up as much because they're not putting that much effort into it. So then you're going to reach out to local companies in your community and you're going to say, hey, do you need a VA? This is what we offer, for this much a month. This is what they can do. This will help you get time back in your business. Wouldn't it be nice to have a secretary that doesn't cost you so much? This is so nice. Like VAs can help change your life and expand your business. So what you do is whatever the fixed cost the offshore company is charging you, let's provide an example here for a part-time VA that would work 4 hours a day for you, 5 days a week, would cost around $400 from the offshore company. You negotiated $400, and what you do is you find a company needing a VA and you charge that company $700 a month. So you're making $300 a month by bringing that VA to them. They never probably see the background that you're working with another VA company out of India, and that relationship is between basically you and the VA. So you're communicating with that VA, with the company in India. You're working directly with them and say, hey, I have somebody who's interested in a VA. Let me have a conversation with the VA and let me communicate this relationship moving forward. So you're paying that $400 a month. You're bringing in $700 a month. So essentially, you're wholesaling the VA and you're making $300 a month with very minimal time. Because once you place that VA, you're probably going to check in once a month and say, hey, how's it going? Is the VA doing a good job? What could they improve on? And then you talk with the VA company and say, hey, these are some things that we want to see improvement on. Or you work directly with the VA and just say, hey, you need to do this. And then if the VA doesn't work out, you replace that VA. But for the most part, these relationships work pretty well. So you could probably get through this rather quickly or rather easily every month without that much work. That's why it's not considered passive income, but it's almost passive income. So the best part of this is that you're making $300 a month, and if you scale this business, which if you placed 100 VAs at $300 a month, you could make $30,000 a month in this business. And the amount of work that you're doing every month, like I said, is very minimal. So you can continue to scale out this business with high profits because really you don't have a fixed expense. You're probably not going to have an office. You could probably run this from your house. So your profitability is essentially every time you hire a VA, as long as it's more than the cost of what it costs you, you're making profit. And then eventually if you hire somebody, you have some costs there and maybe some marketing costs. But really, I mean, to turn a profit in this business is very quickly and very easily. So how can we do this? Let's review what I just said. Number one, we're going to connect with an offshore VA company. You can find them online. You can Google them and connect with them, solidify a price, negotiate a price, and have a contract with them where that contract would stipulate, hey, you cannot work directly with the client that I bring you unless they reach out to you. But please do not reach out to my client. We have a non-compete on the clients that I bring you just so they don't cut you out of the deal down the road. Then number three, we're going to begin our marketing. We're going to cold call. We're going to use SEO. We're going to do hard marketing, physical marketing, and we're going to get the name out there. I mean, if you just cold called companies and asked if they need a VA for $700 a month, I guarantee you if you made 10,000 calls, you would make probably 10 to 15 to 20 sales. So, and if you stayed with it, you could probably definitely get up to 100 within probably a year or two running this business. Number four, once we get interested parties, we're going to place those VAs and get into our processes of what we're going to do. When are we going to have that monthly check-in with the owner? Is it going to be an automated email? We're going to check in with all of our owners every month at the same time. Maybe followed up with a call. You know, you can get those done in 2 to 3 days. Get those 100 calls out for those 100 VAs, and then you're going to manage your business and think of ways in which you can scale it. Number five, we're going to bring in that income and we're going to reinvest to try to scale this VA company so you can have the ultimate financial freedom. And then at the end of the day, number six, we're going to sell this company for a multiple of its net income, which we're going to keep the net income high and the EBITDA, which is the net income. So if we have $30,000 a month, that's $360,000 a year. And let's say we have $60,000 of expenses, that's $300,000. And if it sells for a 5 times multiple on net income, which is EBITDA, 300 times 5 puts us at 1.5 million that we can sell this business for. So that's the secret. You know, a lot of people think, oh, I'm making $30,000 a month, but the big secret is being able to sell this company down the road and rolling off and saying, okay, now what business am I going to start? Because I was successful in this. Or you don't sell it and build it up as huge and then sell it off for millions and millions of dollars. But this is attainable, and this is something that I think anybody can do if they're willing to put in the work and put their head down and work hard. So if you got value out of this video, hit like and subscribe and comment below. Are you thinking about starting this business? Or do you have any businesses you want me to review and talk through of some cool opportunities? Thank you.